NewsTribune sports writer Chris Yukas, and I'm here with sports editor Kevin Klum and sports writer Jared Bell. And today on NT Prep Preview, we're going to take a look ahead at the matchups for our two area football quarterfinal qualifiers, Ottawa and Amboy Lamoille. The Pirates rolled from a 20-point halftime deficit to top Rock Island 21-20 in a thriller at King Field. Jared, what's up next for the boys from Ottawa?
Well, after last week's exciting come-from-behind win, Ottawa, who was ranked number 3 in the final Class 6A AP poll, will travel to create Monett, who is the number 1 ranked team in Class 6A the entire season from start to finish. So it'll be a very heavy-hitting matchups between two unbeaten teams. Like I said, Crete's a very good 6A team. They advanced deep in the playoff last year. They're obviously good if they're the number 1 ranked team all of this season. They also have a wide receiver who is getting some national recognition in Laquan Treadwell. He's a number 23 ranked player in the nation by Rivals.com, and the number 1 ranked wide receiver in the entire country. And there's a lot of really good wide receivers out there. So to be number 1 in the nation is great. He's Michigan's after him, Ohio or Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, all the schools. So it'll be another big test for them for Ottawa, but hopefully they can pull it out as well.
Amboy Lamoille also advanced to the quarterfinals. Kevin, how did the Clippers look Saturday, and what's up next for them?
The Clippers looked fantastic on Saturday. They went on the road and just destroyed Orient right from the start. I mean, they took a 12-3 lead at halftime, but you could tell right from the start that they were in control of the game because their line was just dominant compared to Orient's. They really established the run, and Orient could not get any sort of their power running game going at all. And Amboy even lost their main fullback, Bailey Appleman, who's been like their workhorse in the first quarter. But they made up for it with Cooper Nelson and Spencer Johnson, and they just ran all over them to an easy victory. But it gets a lot tougher for the Clippers this week. They have to play Mercer County, who's undefeated. They've also been ranked number 1 all season by the AP in Class 2A. The game is in Amboy, so that's a little bit of an advantage for the Clippers, but we'll see what happens.
One area team saw its season come to a close last weekend as the Crusaders of Marquette dropped an overtime decision to Forreston. Jared, you were at Gold Stadium, a pretty intense game.
Yeah, it was a heartbreaker for the Crew. They were up 28-13 late in the third quarter, and it really seemed as if they had the momentum and that they were going to finish off the game. But if credit Forreston, they came back and scored right at the end of the third quarter, scored early in the fourth quarter to send the game into overtime. And you really kind of saw 1A football at its best or worst, depending on how you want to view it. And, at smaller schools like that, you don't necessarily have a kicker. And Marquette gets the ball first in overtime, scores in 2 plays very easily. But instead of going for the PAT kick like you normally would do, they decided to go for 2, fullback run up the middle to your boy Dirty Curry, who was stopped. And, with Forreston, they gets the ball back at the 10-yard line, scores, kicks the field goal, and they didn't attempt that PAT kick in overtime. They also didn't attempt what would have been about a 25-yard field goal at the end of the first half that would have maybe even avoided overtime. So it was a tough loss, a tough way to go out, and like I said, the kicking game really kind of let them down.
Well, now it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the week, NT Prep Preview Powerhouse Players. Roll that tape, Mr. Baker.
Powerhouse players of the week.
Powerhouse Players of the Week.
Powerhouse Players of the Week. How's that?
Well, guys, stop me if you heard this before, but Michael Hermosillo, the Ottawa running back, is in the NT Powerhouse Players. He's been quite the fixture in here. Like I said, we could have given him his own segment every week if we wanted to. But the University of Illinois baseball and football recruit really came up big last week. He had 182 yards rushing, plus a couple TDs. He also had the game-winning touchdown catch. And if you see the photo that we had in the paper, he's kind of flipped every which way. He's going high, he's low, got tumbled around. It was a great, exciting catch and really still a big win.
Yeah, that catch looked amazing. I saw photos on our paper and on the internet and stuff. It just looked like an incredible catch. And another guy running back who had a big game was Cooper Nelson. I mentioned him earlier from Amboy Lamoille. Their main running back went down and Nelson just went off. He got outside on some runs and was able to cut back and have some long gains. And he racked up 237 yards and 2 touchdowns in Amboy's 43-18 win over Orient.
And last but not least, we have Bureau Valley sophomore speedster running Reagan Widener, who's going to be the first ever female powerhouse player. And Miss Widener earned that honor after finishing second at the IHSA Class 1A State Cross Country Meet with a time of 17:45 on the 3-mile course. Other All-State finishers included Maria Baldwin of Fieldcrest, Luke Hill of Marquette, and Alex Pettis of Henry Midland. Thanks for watching NT Prep Preview, and check us out next week at www.newstrib.com/.
Sports.